Oh, I'm host Eric. I'm here with host Zachary. We're talking about stuff.
Mhm. Um, let's talk about feeling like a normal human regarding emotions.
Feeling like a normal human. We're talking about unsolvable mysteries, huh?
I'm trying to go find the comment real quick so I can read it
Or,
off and we'll
I
talk
want to
about it.
start with an example of what might be considered normal or abnormal or a combination of both, which is I had one of the most satisfying wins of my in my debate coach life not that long ago when my team won a quarterfinal round against my former employer. So it was personal, it wasn't just business, it was personal. Zachary was there. He knew how much it meant to me. He could see how much it meant to the team and stuff for us to win that round. And when I found out that we had won it, I was in my hotel room at the time, and I had about a minute or two of sort of like um, fist pumping, sort of sports triumph emotion. Like yeah, hooray, right? And then I went out of the hotel and went about my business and didn't really feel it again for a long time. And then when I got home from the whole trip, I sort of, I sort of touched it a few times. Yeah, that's a really satisfying win. That's a really satisfying win. Just sort of like as official moments of notice to remind myself to feel those emotions later again or something. I don't know. When I got home, I felt it for a little while again. I felt like that does feel good. But almost all of the emotional response to it is, I think, largely unfelt by me. Um, Certainly not deeply satisfying in a way that means lasting satiation. So, how about that as a starting point? My personal experience there with difficulty of feeling what I think a normal human would probably feel.
You still feel satiated by it?
I note it as something that I feel good about, but it's hard to say that I actually feel good about it in any meaningful sense. Like I don't really have any feelings about it except to note that, oh yeah, that's a good thing. I like the fact that that's in the narrative rather than the alternative. I like the fact that I don't have to build explanations around the bad outcome.
What do
Hmm.
you think a normal reaction to that would be though? Like what is normal in that situation?
I guess I feel as though it deserves more reflection or something. That I ought to sit back and really kind of like soak it in or something. I don't know.
I have a response to okay, so Trenton's comment on the video was actually in response to the coaching DeFi. It was the one with I guess where you talked about the semifinals, but Trenton said that he has a question about TI and NE. He's an ENTP, but when he goes through isolated periods, that he feels like he becomes a lot more INTP-ish. He feels like he's a TI Dom because he's primarily focused on that. My answer to that is I think that when ENTPs get too much information on them, like they're a perceiving Dom, so they're always fucking like they're always perceiving. They're looking for new information. They're looking for linkage between current information they have, and I think if they get to the point where it's like, oh, like I gotta rationalize this. I've got to categorize this shit, or I'm not gonna be able to perceive more information. And I think that that's where the TI comes in, and you're probably aware of that process. Because for me, it's in the reverse. Where I'm about TI Dom, I'm constantly approaching everything with an already established structure, and that I'm constantly thinking about that structure and trying to refine that. And then I get to the point where I'm just like, fuck, I need to go get more information. And I imagine that's the ENTP experience in reverse, where it's like, fuck, I've got to rationalize this, or I can't get more information.
Yeah, I gotta organize my shit. It's an SI relationship for us more than a TI. Okay, for you with SI in the third slot, things are as they ought to be, right? I got my
Mm.
clear thinking. When that fails, I'm gonna loosen it up with possibilities. And I'm gonna keep shit nice and well organized in my head. That shit that matters to me only. Everything else, I'm just gonna let go to shit. but and then last of all, I'll worry about what other people think about it. That's the proper order to be in. You know. And so for you, it may be a TIFE combo thing. I don't know. For me, it's an NESI thing. The TI happens automatically almost. It's such an automatic tool for me to parse shit, right? Really the challenge isn't the parsing, it's the keeping track of the parsings that I have a problem with. Like,
So that's what the SI can do.
that's where the SI weakness is deadly. That's why I can't think as effectively as the INTP because I can't keep track of my own parsings. You're comparing
I think,
things, so you're kept track of system in a way that I can't even conceive of.
yeah, I feel like for me it's like I'm constantly putting shit on the back burner. Like I'm keeping everything like at a low heat, and then when I get new shit, it has to be a high heat, and then it gets like kind of put on the back burner as well. And then when I get too many fucking pans, then that's when it becomes stressful, you know. Then that's when you have to start dropping shit like FE. That's the first thing to get out the fucking window.
It's a good thing to get rid of. Who needs that shit? Well, I think basically you're saying like, well, look, I've got to make sure that you know, I don't get too many things that I haven't put in boxes yet in my big box system here. And I'm like, I got to remember that there are boxes.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Let's read Trenton's message here. Normal is entirely contextual. Normal irks me, and yes, I'm very conscious of this process. I live pretty impulsive in terms of taking information. Every once in a while, I start becoming a bit bitter and disorganized. I go into Dom TI mode, where I become nearly obsessive in terms of categorizing and understanding information.
Trenton, you need more social engagement. Isolation is bad for us. Very, very bad for us. We gotta hang out with people and have fun and play and talk and stuff like that.
You get too obsessive over your over the information. I think that the NTPs, if they don't, it sort of reminds me of the INTPs NE, where I can stay in TISI forever, but at least with depressive states of mind because there's no new information coming in. Whereas the ENTP,
I think we got to feed FE. We got to feed FE a lot more than we want to feed it. Have to feed it. We're smart people. We shouldn't have to care about the shit too much. We do. We got to feed the shit out of our FE. That's my take.
I guess advantage of being an INTP, where you can just throw that shit out. But you don't like throwing it out. You just have to. That's the problem.
Do you actually throw it out though, or is it just more like subconscious?
It's like subconscious, where it's like if I'm really stressed, I feel like the ENTJ comes out of me when I'm stressed. Like my shadow functions come out, where it's like if someone around me, if I'm already stressed out and someone brings up like a stupid minute problem to me, I'm probably gonna go off on them because it's just fucking annoying.
When I'm stressed, I think I have...
aggressive. That sounds really aggressive. It's not as aggressive as that, but it's like, I don't know. I don't get too stressed that often, but usually stress is like finals coming up. Go on.
Sorry, is it like when you get stressed, do you feel like you blame people? Like, do you like take FE out on people? Is it like, it's like, oh man, all these people have kind of done all these different things, and now my life is this?
I think it's more like when I'm stressed, like, I need people to leave me alone so I can organize the shit I already got on my plate. Like, with people, they're always kind of like putting stuff on your plate and taking it off. And when you get too much shit on your plate, then you can't have that variable there. You have to kind of ignore that and deal with what you have. But when you also have to deal with people while you're doing that, which is like a matter of reality, you have to always deal with people, then that's when it becomes like super stressful, and that's why I can be kind of like aggressive toward people who are close to me when I don't mean it.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I'm totally the opposite. When I'm stressed out and I'm taking shit out on people, my number one narrative is someone needs to help me. Number two narrative is someone needs to take care of me. And I'm going to find someone to be mad at for not doing that right now.
Oh man, when I get stressed, I take it out on myself. I think it's like, and I like, crap, I suck. I suck at life.
I used to do that. Stop it. Just fucking stop it. It's a waste of time. Trust me.
it's not.
I used to
do it
fucking
a lot.
tear myself to pieces all the time. I want to stress this so much. There's nothing wrong with you. You're fine.
I don't stress that much, but like if there's ever like a time that it's like bad, it's not even really beating myself up as much as just like knowing that I probably did something to cause my situation.
Well, I mean, I like with FE for me, like the Imperial FE. It's not that I'm not mad at the people. I'm mad at the fact that there's more shit to deal with. Because usually, like when I'm stressed, it just seems like when I'm stressed, like when it rains, it pours. You know what I mean? And people come with like everyone has issues they're dealing with, and everyone, whether or not they do it consciously, put those issues on other people. You know what I mean? And when I have a lot to deal with, like on my plate at a time, like if I'm super stressed about finals or something, like it's not that I'm mad at the person. It's just I'm mad that I have too much shit I have to deal with, and it's hard to categorize everything. You know?
You're like, for God's sake, Eric, if you send me one more yo on Facebook, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Dude, that's what I was thinking the other day. Honestly, no joke.
I'm a smart guy, Zachary. I know.
I was dealing with home shit.
I was annoyed with you. I was pissed at you. That's why I was sending them. We were playing two-letter subtext.
Yeah. Well, I figured you were pissed at me, but I had that home stuff to deal with that we talked about.
I know. Yeah, I know. Hey, my bad. I didn't know. I was kicking Addy too, which means I was extra fussy. But I didn't know I was extra fussy because I have no idea what the fuck I'm feeling.
Wait, this is a good segue because Trenton just asked about ADHD and mental disorders and taking like Vyvanse. What's some of the effects?
I take Adderall myself.
So how similar is Vyvanse to Adderall?
What is he talking about? What's the drug called?
Vyvanse?
Never heard of it.
But apparently it's to treat ADHD, so I assume it's similar to Adderall.
Well, right. We need this, Trenton Church, very badly. I just need someone to feed me and like put a jacket on me when I'm cold and shit. I want ISFJ. You know? Like, I totally feel that.
I'm actually just coming out of reclusive mode, Trenton. Like, the past like week I've been in reclusive mode, really.
Zachary, trust me when I tell you, Zachary is an INTP. He is not an ENTP. If I had ever any doubt about that, it's long since vanished. He's concerned about. He actually said this to me. This is how you know he's not an ENTP. I'm not sure if I'm qualified enough to talk about that right now. You will never. ENTPs never say those words. I've never said those words. I don't. You can talk about something I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I'll start chiming in. You can count on it. So anyway, regarding the ADHD stuff, well, my experience with it is the Addy makes me go full blast NE, makes me ditch SI completely, and I love it. That's my experience, you know. However, now that I'm not on it, oh yeah, they get tired of you. You gotta have a million friends, dude. You gotta start a YouTube channel. Everyone's gonna get tired of it. People get tired of us. We're ENTPs. We're annoying as fuck.
Dude, Trent, I really do that. Like, I recognize I do that shit too. I try not to like I feel like my interaction comes in waves, you know.
Come hang out here, Trenton. You're totally welcome to hang out here, and we can have you and me can have Trenton Eric version of the Felix Eric conversations where we just yell at each other for like 45 minutes and laugh and have a great time doing it. You know.
Yeah, that's fucking Felix to a T.
Oh, well, this is me not on the medication, right? Have you noticed I can't stay in my fucking seat for more than like 5 minutes?
Yeah, I have noticed that actually.
I'm OTP. I'm surprised how much I've gotten done. I cleaned the whole fucking bathroom, spotless. Like, you could eat off that floor. And eat off the toilet if you wanted to, it's so clean. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it anyway. Okay, because it probably has cleaning chemicals. Huh?
Anytime I get super stressed, my room gets fucking cleaned. I think the state of my room decides like my mental state. It's like proportionate to my mental state. The cleaner it is, the more stressed I am.
And the state of feeding my FE determines my mental state. I'm happy right now. I'm doing exactly what I want to be doing. I'm chatting with a bunch of people. This is fun. Yay. Right? When I'm done, then when I'm by myself for a while, I'm like, cool. I got these other videos I can watch, whatever. If I'm on the pill, I don't fucking care that much. And I just want to make more shit.
We'll still be on an hour trend, probably. I mean, I'll be on for a while. My sleep cycle's fucked right now. I woke up at like 5 p.m. So
5 p.m. Oh my
I don't know. I got no comment.
You know, they recommend Eggs Benedict for that. If you wake up at 5 p.m., you're supposed to have Eggs Benedict. Anyway, can we end this video? It's just a stupid joke. Can we end this video now? Are we done with this one? Let's end this one. Thank you for watching Talking with Famous People.